what a difference a week makes. Up 2-0. The Bucks were minus 900 to win the series at Caesars Sportsbook, meaning you had to lay $900 to win 100. Now they're a 2-point road dog facing elimination in Game 6, and they're plus 200 for the series. And for those of you not versed in gambling lingo, that means Vegas now believes that the Raptors are going to the NBA Finals. And so, Bruce, you opened the show this morning by giving credit to Kawhi Leonard. Let's look at the flip side of that. The superstar Giannis, what are you seeing from him and not seeing?
Well, I'm seeing a player that still needs to work on his game. The fact that we talk about other NBA players and what they can't do. We talked about Ben Simmons and his inability to make shots. This shot right here, this is a bad shot. But it's a bad shot specifically because Giannis doesn't have the creativity to get to a spot and trust a jump shot. It's so hard to take what you do from practice to get to getting it into the game. So you have him here, finish with the left hand, not the right hand. You have to trust these situations. This is an all-star, but it just shows you that he has room for improvement. And in order for him to be that upper level echelon as far as a superstar, he has to work on his game and get better.
As a three-time champion, excuse me, you know this. The further you advance in the playoffs, the more your weaknesses get exposed. It doesn't mean that you're not a terrific player. It just all guys, probably except Michael Jordan, have strengths and weaknesses. So as now you start to get stiffer defensive competition, you now see that Giannis, it'd be great if he had a knockdown three-point shot. It'd be great if he didn't miss 5 free throws. If he had an actual post move that was not a dunk, maybe a jump hook, a turnaround jumper. Those are the things they're taking away from him. They're taking away those direct line drives to the basket where he can get a layup or a dunk.
And we always talk about this. What's your counter to when a team stops you from doing what you want to do? That's why you have to work on all facets of the game. I talk about that left-hand layup. He used to do these left-hand layups with Kobe Bryant this summer, 400 in a row in the beginning. But you got to trust it in the game, especially in the meat of the game. You got to trust what you're working on.
And people, sometimes we think of Antetokounmpo as though he came into the league with the expectation he would be this. He has improved so much year by year. It feels like he's a guy who will do that, right? He will add this to his game. It's just not there yet.
Well, think about it. He leapfrogged the process. LeBron James leads the conference. He's in the conference finals, and he's probably going to win MVP. Like, all of this has kind of just happened overnight. He's going to continue to get better.
Correct. The question is he ready to lead this team to the finals this year? A week ago, to the point that Hembo made in the full screen, it looked like the resounding answer was yes. Now there are significant questions. Laura, let's get some answers over there on your side of the table.
Yeah, Jay, Will wanted to specifically follow up on Jalen's comment about how teams and players, when they get into these type of environments, doesn't mean you're not good, but you are getting exposed with some of your weaknesses.
Giannis, minus the passing, is a 7-foot version of Russell Westbrook, right? With the way he attacks the rim. And to further enhance what Jalen just said about him driving to the basket or missing free throws, 65% of the shots that he's made have been within 3 feet from the basket. He's only shot 19% outside of that 3 feet. He's only made 7 shots out of the restricted area. So when you get into the half-court scenario of the playoffs, it kind of goes to show you how inept their offense is, because it's either Giannis attacking, everybody else staying on the perimeter shooting threes, or it just seems like it's going to be a forced shot.
They can't get out in transition. They can't win, because that's where they're at the very best. And when you look at Giannis and his success and his failure, look, Nick Nurse, defensive game plan has been not good. It's been great. So now Coach Bud, he's got to make an adjustment. You talk about Giannis, he's great in transition. Yeah, if you can get steals, turnovers, you're going to get out in transition. But how about give it up and get to the front of the rim like they did in that one play where he got it back and dunked the ball? How about not getting him the ball in the middle of the floor with the defense set, initiating, and getting the ball on a reversal where he's forcing a closeout, and now he can drive the closeout. They put him in a position where the defense is set. They've got to change how they're using him, and they've got to move him in the action more so they can get him the ball in a reversal. So now he's attacking the defense in closeout as opposed to the defense with set. It's real simple. It's hard to do because they're set up to play differently with space. They need to run stuff for him to get the ball reversed and then to him.
Yeah, I want to follow up on that because, to your point, it sounds like a simple adjustment to make, but with the way that they've been constructed all season long, is that going to be difficult to do in a series like this?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Coach Bud comes from the Coach Pop coaching tree. They run great offense. These guys play just on spacing. But when you put the ball in his hands in the middle of the floor, it's not going to work. They need George Hill on the floor, another shot maker, and they need to move the ball. Yeah, do they have a day to do it? Do they have some sets? Yes. Then they just need to run them. They can't just rely on turning you over and getting out in transition. because it's just not working. Because Toronto's not going to turn it over, and they don't take bad shots. The little fundamental does not take bad shots.
I like that you've coined that term, the little fundamental here.